Monday morning sacred. Ladies and gentlemen. It's Sunday. The day starts off really nice. Maybe go to brunch at your favorite place. Meeting up with some friends. Maybe get some chores done around the house. We like to do. Day starts winding on. Starts to get closer to the evening. Maybe you've got a favorite Sunday night show. And all of a sudden, some stress starts to kick in. You start thinking about those emails you got to check. You're thinking about the week that's coming up. And you start actually having anxiety on Sunday night. Because Monday is a terrible day of the week for you. Anybody had this experience? Or know someone who has? I mean, we've all heard of having bad Mondays. So, I was with a client, and part of what I do as the digital ninja consultant, is I help clients cultivate flow. Because most people that engage me are usually overworked. They're hitting 60, 70-hour weeks. Their operations are inefficient. They have lots going on. So this experience of anxiety on Monday morning is extreme. Kind of like extreme cousin. I was with one of my clients, and she's a driven person. She's working hard. She's like, working a lot, doing lots of great things. But was constantly just freaking out Monday, and it took almost 3 days to calm her down. So we started working on it, and I hit this aha moment. I started thinking about, why is she having this anxiety? After all, anxiety is something I learned from one of my favorite authors, Eckhart Tolle, is a fear of the future. So it's clearly something is coming down the pipeline that I don't know. And that fear can be so overwhelming for us that it ruins the rest of the week. We basically primed our week for the worst thing possible. So it got me to think, how do we solve this problem? Because I like to cultivate flow, and I think that this problem could be solved for lots of other people. And this is when I came up with making Monday morning sacred. Because me, unlike a lot of my clients, didn't have bad Monday mornings. So I started examining my own life and what I kind of did accidentally, which is create space in my week. So when Monday morning rolls around, I know that I have until noon to set up my week, plan everything that's going on, answer those emails that came in over the weekend and most people started freaking about on Sunday night. And all it took was me to hold Monday morning sacred so that I didn't give it away to someone else. How often do you answer an email, a text message, or a phone call with, yes, I'll meet you at this time, without checking your schedule? Or without scheduling your work first? Or without setting yourself up for success for that whole week? See, when we start our week on Monday, we have to start and prime the week with some cultivation for flow, which means that we have to give ourselves some space to do it. So making Monday morning sacred is totally awesome. And what do you get when you make Monday morning sacred? You get Sunday evening back. Your weekend becomes more full. Those evening shows with your family become more enjoyable, and you end up having a greater amount of rest. How many here could use a little bit more rest? Everybody. You know, we play a lot of music. Music's no good without in between the notes. The silence in between the notes matter as well. So as we've gone through cultivated flow by making Monday morning sacred, we've extended our weekend out. I got a bonus for you. You can make that weekend even longer. All you have to do is think about Friday a little bit. What do you do Friday afternoon? Everybody's got one foot out the door Friday afternoon. You ever try to schedule with a client if you work in that type of industry, or you're trying to meet with somebody and they're like already thinking about what's going on, we're going to leave, blah, blah, blah. I got to get out there. Well, it's another time that you might want to make sacred. A time to wrap up your week. Time to close out those emails. Think about the week upcoming. Think about the next week then, while you're in that work zone. And start systematically shutting down the week. This gives you your whole weekend back. And now you can do the things that you like to do the most. One of the mantras at Digital Ninja Consulting is to clear the noise and get to the things that matter most in your life. And what is fear and anxiety? It's noise. So I highly recommend you take a little bit of time and look at your schedule. Next time you're experiencing that Sunday night anxiety and you're thinking about it, ask yourself the question, did I give myself enough time in the morning on Monday to set up my week, or did I give it away to somebody else? Did I schedule it from the beginning of the minute that I wake up or get to work until I leave that day? And ask if that's serving you. Is that actually cultivating flow? Because this is only one part of what we do. So the idea is we can do this every day of the week, where we start creating situations and experiences that take advantage of our highest energy and give us time to actually wind down and be a little bit low. Does anybody here know their peak performance times? Where are they the best? Who here is a morning person? Who here is an afternoon person? Who here is an evening person? Well, then you already all know something about yourselves and where your peak performance is. So shouldn't you be setting up your day that way? You could set up your whole week that way. It all starts with making Monday morning sacred. Now I've got more to talk about in the next speech, so I'm going to leave it at that. Thank you for your time.